How would you like to help your team get more out of their story points? Hi, my name is Tim McDermott, and I'm a software development project manager here in Tampa Bay. And right now I'm standing out in front of the Tampa Bay Aquarium. And right behind me you'll see the sign, and below the sign you'll see a statue of a huge manta ray. That's where I'm at. To get more out of your story points, you have to know what the issues are with story points, what problems you can get into. So I'm going to discuss some of the problems so that you're aware of what they are and you can avoid them. Number one, story points. The problem is they're not a measure of value. They're a measure of complexity and effort, etc. So if you focus too much on story point values, then you get away from providing business value. You want to focus more on not the highest story point stories, but the one that are the greatest business value instead. So don't get too focused on story points. They're not for the purpose of providing value. Number two is they're not good for comparison purposes. Don't use story points to compare people. Don't use story points to compare projects. Just because a project has a higher story point value than another doesn't mean it provided more value than the other. Don't use them to compare teams. Each team has its own standard for story points, so it's not a fair comparison. So don't use story points for comparing anything other than just use it to project the progress that you're making in a sprint. That's all they're really good for. Now, the third bad thing is to know that customers do not understand story points. Don't tell them story points. They won't understand it. It has no value to them. Instead, give them estimates of time or dollars or value and things like that. Don't use story points. But now that you know the problems, you can use them a little more wisely. So you can use those to find ways to mitigate the problems and reduce the risk. Thanks. Now I'm going to go back to visiting the aquarium and checking out this gigantic statue of a manta ray behind me. Thank you all very much.